Hey, welcome back to my studio. If you're new here, my name's Morgan and I make all things party and event. And today I want to show you how to put together this shooting star balloon column. Its unique shape gives you a lot of visual interest in your next party or event space without a lot of work. So follow along and I'll show you how to make it. First of all, we need to inflate all of our 11-inch balloons. Now I have 8 purple, 12 green, 8 white, and 8 black that I'll be inflating to different sizes. And I'll be using my electric balloon inflator and my cardboard balloon sizer box, which I'll have a tutorial linked for that above. Starting off with the purple balloons, I'm going to inflate all 8 of these to 8 inches in diameter. So I'm going to fully inflate that balloon and then press it up against the 8-inch hole in my sizer box and slowly let the air out of it until it just fits through that 8-inch diameter. That'll help me know all my balloons are sized exactly the same. Then I'm just going to tie that off and move on to my next set of balloons, which is the green ones. So all 12 of these, I'm going to do the exact same thing and inflate them to 7 inches in diameter. Once I've got the green done, I'll then inflate both the black and the white balloons to 6 inches in diameter. The next step is to tie all these balloons into quads. So I'm going to take 2 balloons of the same color, wrap the nozzles around twice, and then tie them together into a simple knot. This will create a pair out of these 2 balloons, and I'm going to do the exact same thing with another set of the same color, and then bring those 2 pairs together so that they cross and the nozzles touch right in the center, and then twist 1 balloon from each pair around each other, and that's going to lock these together into a quad. I'm then going to repeat these steps with all my balloons until they're tied up into quads of the same color. To give the column motion, I'm going to inflate 2 green 260 balloons using my hand pump here, and we'll attach those to the side of the column in a beautiful curve to give us some interest. So I'm going to inflate my 2 lime green balloons to 8 pumps of air, and then I'm going to make sure that balloon is nice and soft so it can handle the curves. So this is what it looks like once I've got those 8 pumps of air in it, and then I'm just going to tie it in a simple knot and repeat that with my second lime green balloon. Then I'm going to inflate 2 white 260 balloons to 6 pumps of air. So it'll be just the same, only a little bit shorter, so we can layer the white balloon inside the green one on the column. Now to give the top of our column a fun look, I'm going to inflate 6 of these 260s in matching colors to give it a spray out the top. I'm going to inflate all these balloons until they've reached their maximum capacity and the ends are nice and rounded. Then I'm going to let a tiny bit of air out so they're nice and soft and tie them off. Once I've got all 6 of these inflated, I'm then going to cut the nozzles off of all of them so I have nice clean rounded ends on all 6 of these. Then I need to tie them together, so I'm going to take my first of those 6 balloons, fold it in half so I can find the center point, pinch it and twist it a couple times, and this will give me a nice place to tie them all together. So once I've got those pinch twists in the center of all 6 of my balloons, I'm going to take 3 of those balloons and twist them all around each other in the center. I'll repeat this so I've got 2 of these starfish looking balloon clusters, and in one of those I'm going to take an empty 260 balloon and wrap it right across the center of that starfish, and that's how I'll be able to secure all of these to the top of the column. The final element we need to inflate are 2 18-inch mylar stars, and I've chosen purple to go along with today's column, but you could use any color you like. I'm just going to inflate these until they're nice and taut, and I want to tuck away the nozzle end of this balloon. So I'm going to take an empty 260 balloon and lay it across the very end of the nozzle and roll that nozzle up across the center of that 260 until it's right against the edge of the balloon, and then tie that 260 in a knot. Not only will this hide away the nozzle, but this will give me a great way to anchor these balloons to the column. I'll be building today's column on this 5-foot tall balloon stand, and this column's unique because you'll see the stand through the balloon, so you want to pick one that looks really nice. This is actually a black IKEA lamp that I converted into a balloon stand, and if you'd like to see that tutorial, I'll link it above for you. The first layer of our column is made up of the 8-inch purple balloons, and I'm going to slide that first quad over the base of the pole, making sure that center pole is touching the nozzles of that quad. I'm then going to wrap the 2 balloons with the pole between it around each other, and that will lock the quad to the pole, so we don't have to worry about them popping off. I'm then going to grab the next layer, which is our 7-inch green balloons, and I'm going to slide those around the pole and twist the 2 balloons on either side of that pole around each other, locking them in place. Once you've got it secured to the pole, you then want to arrange this quad so that the balloon in the current quad nestles between the balloons below it, and this will give us a nice tight configuration. I'm then going to add the 6-inch black balloons on top of this in the exact same way. So once we've got that one secured, we then can move up the pole to the middle section of this column. To help keep the column nice and symmetrical, I'm actually going to place the middle balloon of the next section first. So I want to find the halfway point up the balloon stand And at that halfway point, that's where I'm going to twist my green 7-inch balloons around the pole. Now this is going to look a little wonky. They're not going to sit level until we get the other balloons next to it. So next I'm going to grab my 6-inch white balloons and twist that around the pole just below the green balloons. And then I'm going to snug it right up against the green balloons, making sure I hold the green balloons in place so I don't push it up the pole out of that halfway point. Once those white balloons are nestled right up against the green, I'm then going to add my second set of white 6-inch balloons on top in the exact same way. For the top section of the column, I'm going to repeat what we did on the base, only in reverse. So I'm going to put the 8-inch balloons at the very top of my pole, making sure I don't pop them off the top. Then I'm going to add the 7-inch balloons, followed by the black 6-inch balloons. And once I have all those snug together, we can then start adding the 260 curves. So I'm going to take one of my white 260 balloons, I'm going to tie it in the very center of the white quad. So I'm just going to take the tail of that 260 and wrap it in a figure 8 pattern a couple times around some of those white balloons, and then I'm going to take the nozzle end and do the exact same thing around some of the black balloons. Then I'm going to arrange that 260 so it comes up out of the center of the round balloons and comes out at a 90-degree angle. I'm then going to repeat this step with the green 260, only I'm going to put it between the green and the white balloons. So take the tail of that green 260 and just wrap it around some of the green balloons a couple times to secure it in place, before securing the upper end between the black and the green balloons above. Once this curve between the top and the middle sections is complete, we're then going to put another curve between the middle and the lower sections on opposite sides so it kind of looks like it has wings. To balance out the design, I'm going to tie in my purple stars on top of the bottom section and the middle section of the column. I'm just going to take that 260 that we tied to the nozzle of the star and wrap it in a figure 8 pattern around some of those balloons, making sure that star nestles in between the balloons on either side of it. So when I rotate this, it should look something like this from this side. And now we can finally add the crowning glory, the spray that goes on top of this. So I'm going to use that empty 260 that we tied to the balloons earlier. I'm going to stretch that 260 down around those 8-inch balloons and then just wrap it in a figure 8 pattern a couple times so it's nice and secure before laying on that second set of 260 balloons. So I'm going to make sure it's nice and centered and then take the tails of that empty 260 and cross them up over the top of that spray and then secure the tail ends of it down once again around some of those 8-inch balloons and then just let them go and they'll pop back into the design and disappear. And now this fun design is ready for a party. I hope you're inspired by today's project and give this one a try. This is another great balloon column to have in your balloon twisting repertoire. If you're interested in other balloon columns and projects, I've got an entire playlist dedicated to all the balloon tutorials I've done thus far, which you can check out right over here. If you enjoyed this video, please consider hitting that like button, subscribing below, and don't forget to check out our Patreon group if you'd like to up your party planning game. So until the next time, remember to stay creative, everybody. Bye!